over 400,000 kids disappear from the United States every year. That's almost 2,000 a day. Some are abducted, some are parental abductions, some are kidnappings, some go into child pornography and trafficking, others go into slave markets overseas. Close friends of mine with a background in covert operations, George Saganic, police detective, Paul French, former agent, Scotland Yard, Lou Campbell, senior intelligence analyst, Special Forces, and Kelly Kaysen, a civilian information access specialist, donate their own time, energy, and resources to find cases where parents cannot afford to hire a detective, where law enforcement has not had the resources to assist those parents. We make a decision to go after that child and reunite them with their families. If you abduct or kidnap a child, I will find you. You will never see me coming. Everyone has a job. My job is to bring them home. Lily Snyder had been missing for 2 years. Our intelligence showed that the abductors had left the country and ended up in Costa Rica. This was a 2-year struggle for law enforcement and intelligence officials. We found the child in 8 days. The assault on the hut was silent, swift. The abductors were secured. And the first words we used to little Lily Snyder was, "Lily, don't be afraid. Your mother sent us. She loves you very much." And she goes, I know. I've been waiting for you." Unfortunately, there have been times when children you thought would be alive were found dead. Because of that fact, these cases are very time sensitive. If we lose a day, we could lose a child's life. As one case closes, another one begins. I'd like to thank all of you for coming together so soon after Costa Rica. What I want to do is I want to bring a kid home, all right? You got to make phone calls to family or girlfriends or boyfriends. Just say, hey, you know what? I'm not coming home. This is Costa Rica all over again, okay? Where a girl was gone for 2 years. Nobody thought she'd come back. We brought her back in 8 days, okay? So if we did it there, we can do it there. We'll continue to do it. This is our next recovery. This is our abductor, Michael Sykes, okay? I want to say this is the guy I want. That's not the guy I want. I want the little girl, Shannon Sykes. It's a case where Madeline Sykes and Michael Sykes divorced, and at that time, the judges ruled that she would receive full custody of the child. And on a date to return that child was not returned and has not been seen since. Lou, let's talk about Sykes. What do you got so far?
We know that he's been involved in a number of drug-related offenses and arrests. We know that Michael's got a temper issue, has a history of drug dealing. He's a big boy, he's pretty strong, 6'2", 180 pounds. We have parents who are supportive. The father of Michael Sykes, Carl Sykes, is a very bright guy, former military. He has a real talent and background as a senior programmer, analyst, and software programmer. So he knows how to work the systems and knows how to set up safe houses and how to do secure communications.
Okay.
It's kind of ups the ante a little bit. We're going after one of us. Carl and Sarah are separated. And there's every likelihood that Carl is living in the Atlanta area and maybe harboring Michael.
Okay, Kelly?
We believe Carl Sykes, who helped in the abduction, maybe created a new identity for Mike and is providing a safe house for him, which could be even one of his rental properties in Georgia. Michael Sykes likes guns, brass knuckles, likes to fight. He is dangerous.
All right, Frenchie, what do you got?
One of the things I'm kind of interested in is the geographic locations. You know, we're coming up on a holiday. That part of the nation is very family-oriented. This is a great opportunity for us to identify whose house they'd go to on Thanksgiving Day. You know, everyone's going to share turkey somewhere.
Right. All right, George, what do you got?
We need DMV information.
I have it on Michael. I'm trying to get it on the father and the mother.
We can run each person and find out every vehicle they've ever owned. We can do that.
I intend to fly into Atlanta, Georgia, and interview Mandy Sykes, Shannon's mother. George and Frenchie will rendezvous with me in Atlanta to begin surveillance on Carl Sykes, Michael's father.
Thanksgiving is coming up. We already know that they like gathering as a family. Best case scenario is we find Sykes with Shannon. Worst case scenario, we find Sykes, we never find Shannon, okay? As in all cases, the only downside is if the child is not alive anymore. So let's put our pieces together. We have 3 days, okay?
Okay.
To get it all together. I'll just end it on this note, always, okay? We do not stop this case until that kid comes home. There is no place that Michael Sykes can go in the United States or outside this country where we cannot sniff and track him down. Just gonna...
Hi,
Sykes?
Yes, Calvin.
I'm Baz.
How are
It's nice
you?
to finally meet you. I know you've probably been over this 1,000 times, but because of Michael's profile, every little detail is critical in this case. If you could just let me know what happened, all the way up to the abduction.
When Shannon was born, I was all excited because ever since I was a little girl, I wanted to be a mommy. So basically all I've ever wanted to do. And Mike stayed out late. I was there by myself. And then one night, I get a call from his best friend saying, "You need to come bail Mike out of jail." I was going crazy because I didn't even know he did drugs. And then he's arrested for cocaine possession, trafficking with intent to distribute.
All right.
And I told him I wanted him out. And I said, when we get a divorce, we will have joint custody. And he gets very angry. And he said, "That's my daughter and you're my wife. And you're not gonna leave me." So I got a restraining order against him. And then Mike's parents, he wanted her to come visit them. And she'd never been away from me before.
All right.
She was 3 years old. So I said, okay, she can stay about 3 or 4 days. And they got her. And one day when I was at work, Mike called me. He's like, "I'm in North Carolina." I said, "Oh, okay, so you can bring her back with you instead of me driving up there to get her." "No, you don't understand." He said, "I've moved to North Carolina with my parents, and you will never see your daughter again." My mom and I drove to North Carolina to try to get her. And when I went to the door, they wouldn't come to the door. And one time I knew she was there because I heard her hollering for me. And they wouldn't answer the door. And so we went to the police station. And the police couldn't do anything. And we went to court. They awarded me custody and said that he had returned her by December the 10th. And he never showed up. I've never thought of a day I just would never see her again. That's why I always keep a room for her.
Wow, it's a beautiful little room.
Thank you. She loved pink. My favorite color was purple. She made it very clear that she liked pink. It's never been a question of her not coming home, it's just when. I mean, I know he had to tell her something about why I'm not around. Like, "Mommy hates you," or "Mommy doesn't love you." And I want her to see, yes, I do. Look what I did for you. I've been looking for you.
You're not only the victim of a kidnapping, but you've been deprived the love of your daughter for 3 years.
I'm so ready for her to be home.
Okay, operations order. Approximately 2 years ago, Shannon Sykes was abducted by her non-custodial father, Michael Sykes. Michael Sykes has been known to operate in the Florida, Georgia, North Carolina regions. Current intelligence dictates our strike force recovery team to run surveillance in the Georgia region and prepare to recover Shannon Sykes and reunite her with her custodial mother, Mandolyn Sykes. We'll refer to the strike force recovery team as the SFRT from here on out. Michael Sykes is the target. Shannon Sykes is the package. Enemy forces. Hostile forces include Michael Sykes, Carl Sykes, close associates, neighbors, and fellow narcotics associates. Mike Sykes may be armed. This intel is critical if observed.
Members of the SFRT should be prepared to lay down their life for the child.
Should this be necessary, we do not come home without her. Concept of operation, to engage in surveillance activities, static and mobile, in and around North Avenue, Atlanta, Georgia.
This is the house of Carl Sykes, Shannon's grandfather.
We're looking for Shannon Sykes at that address. Or possibly Michael Sykes could be using that address to hide Shannon Sykes here.
639, 47.
51?
I can't see. 51, right? I think it's right here.
Should be that one on the corner.
Yeah,
right?
it's the one it is. There's a pickup truck, a white pickup truck in the back, and there's another car in the back.
Right. Someone's at the back door. I need to see who that is. Let's just take a walk, okay? Clear.
We've got the tags off the 3 vehicles at the residence. In the backyard, there's some children's toys. They're a bit weather beaten. They're about the right size for Shannon.
Car.
All right. I gotta get a look inside and see who's in there. Or we gotta get them to come out.
Stage an accident right here in front of the house. They'll either come out or it gives you an excuse to knock on the door. Use the phone.
I'll stay here, that way I can keep surveillance on them. And if anyone comes out back, I'll be able to identify them.
We were unable to see any activity outside the house. It was necessary to determine whether Michael Sykes was inside. Therefore, we put a very quick op plan together to stage a vehicular altercation outside of their house.
I just bought this car. You gotta drive. Where's the police? Somebody call the police.
Hey,
Lights on.
don't go anywhere, man. Jeez, man.
I'm making my move now.
Believe you, people. Hi, I hate to disturb you. Would you mind making a phone call for me? I had a guy just hit me right here. My car, can I use your telephone? I just need to call my insurance company. Okay, thank you very much. Appreciate it. All right. Did the police say when they were coming?
They were probably on their way. They're usually pretty. I'm surprised one hadn't passed already.
Okay, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
I noticed in the background of the house a figure that fit the profile of Michael Sykes. If you have a set of parents, it would be common that the male adult would answer the door, obviously to protect his frail parents. This did not occur. The father answered the door, and the male figure in the shadows that fit Sykes' profile scurried off into an unknown location. My gut instinct at that time said, it's Michael Sykes.
It's definitely a place where Sykes could be. I'm concerned about where the daughter could be. Can't believe you yelled at me, George. Hurt my feelings.
I'm so shocked that you cussed.
Did you get anything in Frenchie from the back?
There was no activity at all. The lights went on, but you couldn't see anyone.
All right, this is not going anywhere anytime soon.
No. Been here 6 hours.
I don't imagine these people will be out the door until like 7.
Let's get some shut-eye, a couple hours. We'll come back.
See, these people here, number one, yes, these are the grandparents. There's school stuff, children's stuff in the back, but it's old and it's pushed up against the garage. That could be Sykes' trucks. It's just parked there.
Right, there's a new one there.
There's a new one out across the street. The old white one is parked up against the garage, and there's a car behind that.
She says he likes pickups. He likes to drive pickups.
Right.
We moved out of the area with intentions of getting rest and returning the next morning, thinking that if in fact Michael Sykes was there, he would not be departing until very early that next morning.
Everything that we wanted to do tonight, we achieved. We ran recon, we checked out the area, we got to look inside the house. We know it's impossible. We're gonna go back in the morning. Let's see who comes out of that house.
Guys, this is Lou from the Ops Center. He's on speaker. Go ahead, Lou.
The white truck is registered to Carl Andrew Sykes.
It'll be 7/3/1950. He bought that truck back in August of 2001.
I'm still working on the plates for the red truck.
All right, Lou, thank you.
Thanks, Lou.
Out here.
Is the truck still there?
Take a sweep and find out. Looks like it's there. Dadgummit. It's gone. It's gone. Knew it. Oh, man. Knew it.
Lights on in the back.
Lights on in the back and the truck's gone. You know what? My gut feeling, man, that was Sykes.
We arrived back on site about 06, and that red maroon vehicle had departed. I can't tell you the amount of frustration that I was feeling at that time, because again, my gut instinct is saying, you know what, that's Sykes and he's split, and we had no surveillance on him at that time.
Should have rolled on him last night with law enforcement. I'm hoping I didn't make a great tactical error here.
Whether you make bad judgment calls in war, whether your fireman doesn't go into a burning building to save a person because he thinks the flames are too hot. Last night keeps haunting me. I keep thinking that was Michael Sykes standing in the background. My team was tired, and I did something that I have never done before. I was overly focused on my men and the sleep they needed. My first priority is to bring back a child. And that means sometimes going without sleep. Sometimes that means pushing ahead no matter what the conditions are. And that could have ended this case. I can't go back and change that.
Where's your sock? Here, look at me. Hello, Fairy Kids. This is Mandy.
Hi, it's Kelly Kaysen from ARC.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
I have some questions.
I got it. Thank you.
Are you busy right now? You have some time?
Oh, yeah, it's fine.
Okay. If Michael was going to work, would you think he'd be more likely to leave Shannon with a girlfriend or with his mother?
His mother, ever since she was born, it's like she's been obsessed with her. She even tried to get her when she was a baby, when I picked her up. She'd say something about Mama, and I said, no, say Granny. And she said, she can call me Mama if she wants to. I said, no, she can't. Your name's Granny. My name is Mama. So she had a miscarriage after Mike, and it was a little girl. And after Shannon was born, she made the comment that she looked just like Mike, and that's what her daughter would have looked like.
Okay, very good.
That's really helpful, Manuel. We really
Appreciate it.
Okay. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay, thank
All right, sure. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Kel, if we find Sarah Sykes, I think we'll find Shannon.
Good work, Kel. We appreciate it, both you and Lou. We'll stay on top of this stuff, okay? All right, out here.
You know what? I'll bet you that was Sykes that I saw in the shadows last night in that house. And that maroon truck was his. And he's booked out here about, we got in this site at 06. I'll bet you he booked out anywhere from between 04, 05. You know why? To make his trip up to North Carolina to celebrate his mother's birthday today and be there for Thanksgiving. I made a decision to take the team and press on up to the North Carolina area where Sarah Sykes is believed to be. The intelligence that we gathered shows that Sarah Sykes favors the child in almost a weird way. Sarah Sykes had had a miscarriage prior to the abduction. Once that child was born, Sarah Sykes made a comment to Madeline Sykes that, I believe that God has sent this child into the world to replace the child that I could not have. It's a little strange, but not uncommon with cases like this.
According to Madeline Sykes, the custodial mother, Michael and his mother are very close, and they usually celebrated their birthdays together every year. So we decided to make our way up here thinking, okay, if there's one time that they might feel secure, this is 2 years later, and they might get together at this place up here, could be the Thanksgiving. So tons of calls have been coming from Sarah Sykes' address right here off of 66 McKenzie Way up. Are you familiar with that, the new development? Well, I'll share all that.
Gateway Mountain?
Gateway Mountain.
We believe Sarah Sykes owned a home at the Gateway community, and that was based on phone calls that we had obviously sourced and other intelligence.
Okay. The house was checked recently.
Well, a ton of them were coming in.
Check for what?
Checked for him, Michael Sykes. And I think like 2 days prior to the sheriff's department checking this house, he was gone.
We didn't see any evidence of Sarah Sykes occupying the house.
All right. So now we're Sarah Sykes.
So we're able to follow a P.O. box address, a forwarding address, from the Gateway community, which is the mountain home that we just now looked at, to Black Mountain.
She switched her P.O. box again.
We need an address. Let's go.
Then we discovered that that P.O. box has now been moved as of 2 weeks ago. So now we're basically 10 days behind what we think, 10 days behind the bad guy, which is possibly Michael Sykes, Sarah Sykes.
Lou, Baz, do I need a physical address?
Okay, I got you.
I'm getting near Thanksgiving, Lou. We have 1 day, and I need a physical address to this. I need to get eyes on the target.
I'll have to dig.
Got it. Boz, I got the address.
Lou was able to locate an actual physical property to that P.O. box, which Sarah Sykes is supposedly now held up in. The surveillance site is located in a heavily drugged meth lab area. People outside the community are easily noticed, so that requires us to be far more stealthy than we would, so we'll insert it 04 in the morning. We will only move under cover of darkness.
Inclement weather is the advantage to those who choose to endure so that they can get the greater gain. And for us as former special operations guys, it could not have been more perfect. Yeah, it was cold. Yeah, it was miserable. But, you know, how much more miserable is that kid if she's in a bad situation?
I noticed all of her windows look like they're darkened.
Could be so no one ever thinks they're home. You know, you can't see lights.
Look at how that thing's situated, that mobile home. It's up on a hill, it's kind of back, and it has that real big bright light on the side of it.
Yeah. Everything about her double wide trailer told us that somebody was choosing to hide there. The windows were blacked out, then that means that there's no light coming out. So anytime you pass that trailer, it looks like it's abandoned or there's no one there. There's no light coming out, day or night.
Why don't take a look inside, see if there's any children's toys. Yeah, sound like a shotgun. Maybe somebody's hunting turkey today. The door. They're coming out. Yeah, it's her.
She looks like she's dressed to go somewhere now. All right, I'll tell you what we're gonna do.
I need to find out if that girl's in there.
Let's call our guy over at the PD. He can get a search warrant.
Was it Lieutenant Jeffrey Willis?
Yeah.
Connected.
Hey, Jeff. Jeff, this is Boz with ARC. How are you, buddy? Sarah Sykes is definitely there, and we believe there's somebody else in there also. And it could possibly be the child. It could possibly be Michael Sykes, the felon. Is it possible to pull a warrant, a search warrant, and go in on that place?
We contacted law enforcement. We were able to brief them on the situation, and they were more than happy to go in and raid the trailer to see if, one, Shannon Sykes was there, two, to see if Michael Sykes, the abductor, the criminal, was there. They're not answering the door. Stand by, bullets go. Letting them go in.
There's no child in the house. Sarah is there. She consented to a search of the residence. They said he'd been here since August. But she said it's been 2 years since she's had contact with Michael Sykes.
Well, we know that's not true by phone calls.
But this could be, she could hide out here forever. I mean, the child's not here. I mean, she didn't have, we were honest, fast, there's no way she could have hid the child. There's really no place. They've checked closets to make sure there's not behind things, move things around, but
they're doing two things. One, they're covering, obviously, for their son, but number two, this kid.
Well, I wish we knew where the kid was at.
I wish we did too. And I'm hoping she's still alive, to be honest with you. They went through the whole house. They went through the cabinets, they went through everything, and they said they didn't find anything. So
if it was easy, these things would be solved in a week. It's not
true.
easy. These people are deliberately trying to hide, so it's going to take a little while.
What is disenchanting is we really have no leads on Michael Sykes.
hate that. Man. can't believe that they didn't find anything.
So, where does that leave us?
Let's go back to Atlanta. Let's talk to Carl. I think Carl may lead us to where Michael's at.
You think
Thus leading us to Shannon. What do you think we should do?
There's nothing there. I mean, we had law enforcement go in. I think in the balance, George, I'm with you. I think we jam Carl up after some surveillance and we see what he says.
I don't think we lose anything by doing it, though.
It's one less place for him to hide the child.
We're not gonna go to Atlanta tomorrow. We can always go back there. I need to break cover with her.
With who?
With Sarah Sykes.
You're gonna take a big chance doing it. If it goes wrong, we're gonna be in a really bad situation. She lied to the police, and she said that she's been there 2 years. Now, all the records show that she hasn't been there.
So let me ask you this then. Why would you lie to the police?
I have something to hide.
That's exactly right. She has to have some contact with Michael Sykes, which means she has to have some contact with Shannon.
Do you really believe Sarah Sykes is gonna tell us where her son's at? Absolutely not. She's been hiding him for 3 years.
Sarah Elizabeth Sykes knows where Shannon Sykes is. Sarah Elizabeth Sykes knows where Shannon Sykes is. I need to get inside. I need to talk to her. I need to find out who she is. I need to find out what motivates her. I need to find out who this woman is. Something inside that trailer, something in that lady's eyes is going to tell me what she knows.
We contacted local law enforcement to facilitate a meeting with Sarah Sykes. We spoke with her on the phone the next morning.
I mean, wherever he is, he's protecting his daughter the best he can, you know, and I'm praying that God, every day I pray, Lord, please clear his name.
Maybe this is the path that we're going to be able to clear his name. Maybe that's what all this all is about. Is she okay now? How's she doing? Well, when can we meet today?
Well, you name it.
I have no idea what to expect.
We can't afford to make any mistakes. I mean, we're right here. We're so close. I'm nervous about your safety. What if Michael Sykes is in there? What if he has a gun? You don't know what he's gonna do.
Michael Sykes has been known to be armed. I've got a strong feeling that Michael Sykes is somewhere in the area, and I'm just hoping that even if it means being in a dangerous situation, at least I get an opportunity to come face to face with Michael Sykes and Shannon Sykes, the abducted child.
Just hope that there's nothing unforeseen.
There's always something unforeseen, you know that. If I'm wrong, then breaking cover and approaching Sarah Sykes means her placing a phone call, and Michael Sykes is on a plane with Shannon out of the country, and we may never find her. Hey, Sarah, how are you? Sarah, this is a good buddy of mine, George. And George, if you could just stay warm and everything. And hey, good to see you. Thank you. That's great. Thank you so much. I know she's a religious woman, a woman of faith, so in order to build some trust with her, the very first thing is we pray. Let's open up with some prayer. That'd be a smart thing to do. Father, thank you for allowing Elizabeth and I to get together so that we can resolve this situation. And I want to pray for Michael, Lord. I know, Lord, that you're the great healer. And I really pray that you keep your hands in this, as we don't want Shannon to grow up and one day when she's 16 years old resent anybody from keeping her away from her mother. We want her to grow up loving everybody and give us courage to do the right thing. And I ask all these things in your name. Amen.
I think the FBI brought you in.
No, they didn't bring me in here. God brought me in here. I don't have anything to do with the FBI.
Now, are you in league with them?
And who?
I'm right on the line here.
What are you asking when you say, are you the lead?
How much? Are you wired?
No. And I work with ARC.
I know that.
We don't have anything to do with law enforcement, okay? I do one thing. I bring kids back.
What if I get charged with something?
You're not gonna get charged with anything.
What if I get charged with aiding and abetting?
But you haven't.
What if I did aid and abet? Like if I gave them food, if I gave them shelter, if I gave them anything what the Bible says to give.
If you're the person that brings Shannon back, if you're the person along with Ark, like this, they're not going to charge you with anything. You won't be indicted.
I want immunity.
That's right, you get immunity, exactly.
I'm also concerned about my son in this situation.
Michael?
Yes.
I'm concerned about Shannon. And
see, I have 2 children.
well, you got Michael, so...
And Shannon.
Right.
She said, you have to understand, this is very important. I have 2 children that I'm concerned about, 2 of my children. Not my son and my granddaughter, but 2 of my children I'm concerned about. So that's my son, Michael, and my daughter, Shannon.
I mean, I've got 2 children. One of them laid down his life for his child. And Mandy, like, ruled. I mean, she never liked me. She just despised me. She despised religion. She wouldn't let me babysit, okay? I mean, I was begging. But I'm just telling you, there's another side to this.
You know what? If he's walking with the Lord, and you know this as well as I do, the Lord's going to take care of him.
I know that.
You know that.
I know that.
And he has to understand this, is that once he commits, he's got to say, I know I may have to serve some time, but that's the only way I'm going to clean my record up.
There's a big moment right here, isn't it?
What's a moment of you and I trusting each other?
I'm going to tell you something. I'm taking a big step here. I want to show you something.
Sarah Elizabeth Sykes gets up, she walks to the back room, she opens the door, and lo and behold, Michael Sykes and little Shannon Sykes walk out very scared, very apprehensive, slowly into the living room. And for the first time in this case, we get an introduction to this little girl who for 3 years was deprived of schooling, interaction with other children, and confined indoors. Michael Sykes, I had discovered, had managed to create a hideout amongst a series of intertwined cardboard boxes laced together in a room with clothes and junk and debris spread all over it. So if you entered into the room, you would just think it's a room of unpacked boxes. But I saw a very concerned Michael Sykes with tears in his eyes that said, I'm tired of running, I'll go back, I'll do my time, I need to be in a situation where I can do something about it, you're right.
Hello, this is Mandy. Hey, how are you? What? Okay. Why? They got her? Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Are you, is this for real? Are you sure? Oh my God! Okay. Okay. Thank you. Bye. They got her. They got her. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I gotta go. I've been waiting for years. And it's over. It's over. It's over. It's over. It's over. Mama! It's time to go! They got my baby! They found her! I got her! Oh my God! I'm so happy for you! Oh my God!
Let's go ahead and just have a seat. It's our charter and to do exactly what we said we were going to do, which is find your child and bring your child, reunite you. I can't predict how your reuniting will take place. That is something that is a very special moment, something you've probably been waiting for a long time. So if you're ready, I've been directed by the state to let this take place in accordance with their laws here and everything, okay?
Okay. Where is she? Dear God, let Shannon be brave. her.
Where is she? I'm coming.
Hey, baby. Shannon. Shannon. Hey, my baby. That's okay. You look so pretty. I love you so much, and I've missed you. I've missed you, baby, you know? You know, Mommy's been looking for you. You know it?
It's been so long since I've seen you, I didn't know what you looked like.
Do you remember what Mommy looks like now? Yeah. I missed you. You look so pretty. Can I give you another hug? Oh, I don't want to let you go. I just want to hug you for the rest of my life.
Hug you and squeeze you. It's been so long. I've missed you so.
What's your favorite color? Is pink your favorite color? You always liked pink since you was a baby. Now you're all big girl.
I'm 6.
I know. You're a big girl.